Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Progress. To progress at chess you need to study tactics, you need to study endgames, the classics of the past and the present, and you need to analyze your own games. This video is number 5 in the tactics series. Let's get into it. I have 4 positions for you where you can test your skills, your tactical skills. This is the first one. It's white to play and win. So put the video on hold, look for yourself and see how white can win this position. I will give the solution now. Material is equal. That white knight seems to be in a tricky position, is threatened to be taken, but not really because the black king is under a lot of fire. If the pawn would be able to take the knight, then there's queen takes h6, checkmate. But how can white win this position? The first move is queen g5, which looks very surprising, because can you not just take that queen? If you take the queen, then rook h3 is checkmate. The knight on f6 takes the g8 square away. If you decide to take the knight, then there is queen g7 checkmate or queen h6 checkmate. The threat, of course, after queen g5 is to take on g7 with checkmate. So what if black tries to defend that with rook g8? Well, then there is a nice checkmate. Queen takes pawn, check. You have to take back, and then rook takes g8 is checkmate. So after queen g5, there's no way for black to save the position. White wins in all variations. Hope you found this one. Let's go to the next one. This position is a mate in 2. White to play and checkmate the black king on the second move. White is material up, so he's winning anyway, but how can we checkmate that poor black king, which is very exposed there on f8, in 2 moves? Again, look for yourself, put the video on hold, and I'll give the solution now. The only move that leads to checkmate on the second move is a very nice queen sacrifice. Queen f7 check is the move. And the only legal move for black is to take that queen with the knight, and then the knight from g5 gives checkmate on the square that was just occupied by the queen. Knight e6 is checkmate. A beautiful checkmate with 2 knights taking all the squares away, while black's own knights are also taking flight squares away from the black king. If you play this in a game, you have to be very sure that it's checkmate, because you're sacrificing your queen, so you have to double and triple check it. But if you can deliver that, it is a very nice way to finish the game. Hope you got this one as well. Let's move to the third one. In this position it is black to play. Black is material down, he is 2 pawns down, but he can win material back. So this is not a checkmate, but how do you win material back with black? Put the video on hold, have a look, I'll give the solution now. The only way to win material back for black is a nice maneuver with the knight. You have to see that the rook and bishop from white are somewhat awkwardly placed, and how can we make use of that? We can make use of it by playing knight e1 check first. It's check, so we win a bit of time. You cannot take that knight because it's protected by the rook, so a move like king f2 has to be played, and then we suddenly have a knight fork. Knight c2, forking both rook and bishop. And yes, the bishop can protect the rook, but then the knight will take on a1, and we've won an exchange with black. But the rook cannot protect the bishop. So for example, rook c1, knight takes a3, wins a full piece. And now Black still has to work, but he has a better position. For example, rook c7, saving the pawn with a5. You can win the b pawn, rook b7, but then black also wins a pawn, knight c2, rook takes b6, knight takes d4. The game goes on, but black is better here. This exercise was really to see that black can win material. Hope you found it. Let's go to the last one. In this position, it's white to play and win. Board full of pieces. How can we win this position? Have a look, put the video on hold. I'll give the solution now. We have another very nice queen sacrifice. Queen takes f6 is the solution to this tactical problem. One idea is to lure away the king out of his cage. King takes f6. Then there is bishop d4, checkmate. Very nice checkmate. So you cannot take the queen. If you go to g8 with the king, there's bishop d4. And the only way to avoid checkmate on g7 on the next move is knight f5, which protects the g7 square. But then there is queen h8, checkmate. And the last variation after queen takes f6 check is to go with the king to h6. But that doesn't help black, because then there is a bishop e3 check, king h5 only move, and then there is checkmate on g5 or h4. So a nice queen sacrifice, and no matter if black accepts the queen sacrifice or not, he gets checkmated. Again, I hope you got this solution. Hope you enjoyed these tactical puzzles. If you want to improve at chess, you will really have to do many of these. Every strong chess player has gone through dozens, hundreds, thousands of tactical exercises to improve their tactical skills. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the Chess2 Progress channel. I'm looking forward to your comments. And I'd like to ask you, if you like the video, can you please share it on YouTube? You also may want to check out my Chess2 Impress channel. The link is in the description box. This is Rick from Chess2 Progress. Thank you very much for watching.